Hello everyone, welcome to Kids Club Online. In your craft pack this week, you've got some things to do with ancient Egypt. And I thought, what songs have we got that goes with ancient Egypt? Not much. Well, the closest thing I could think of was Moses. Moses, who was leaving Egypt and crossing the Red Sea. And how did he do it? You ready?
How did Moses cross the Red Sea? How did Moses cross the Red Sea? How did Moses cross the Red Sea? How did he get across? Did he sail? No, no. Did he row? No, no. Did he fly? No, 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 no. Did he swim? No, no. Did he float? No, no. How did he get across? God blew with his wind, puff, 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 puff. He blew just enough, nuff, 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 nuff. And through the sea he made a path. That's how he got across.
Right, I hope you're still standing up because we're going to sing The Name of the Lord is a Strong Tower. The righteous run into it and they're safe. You ready to run on the spot? Or you could run to and fro if you're allowed to at home, but just don't knock anything over.
The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and they are safe. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and they are safe. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High. Glory to the name of the Lord. Glory to the name of the Lord. Glory to the name of the Lord Most High.
Are you all ready to build your house on the rock?
The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. And the rain came tumbling down. The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up. And the house on the rock stood firm. But the foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. And the rain came tumbling down. The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up. And the house on the sand fell flat. So build your life on the Lord Jesus Christ. So build your life on the Lord Jesus Christ. So build your life on the Lord Jesus Christ. And he'll never let you down.
Now, everyone get their fishing rod ready. We're going to sing this one, especially for James, because it's one of his favourites. I will make you fishers of men.
I will make you fishers of men, fishers of men, fishers of men. I will make you fishers of men if you follow me. If you follow me, if you follow me. I will make you fishers of men if you follow me.
Now, we're going to start this one sitting down, but I hope you've still got lots of energy because you're going to have to get up and walk and leap. We're going to sing Peter and John.
Peter and John went to pray. They met a lame man on the way. He asked them for alms and held out his palms. And this is what Peter did say. Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have give I thee. In the name
Did you know that God designed a beetle that could shoot its enemies? Brilliant, like this. Now, it's a bad time of year for finding beetles in the garden. Do you remember I had a pet woodlouse? But I had to hunt and hunt to find a woodlouse in my garden, and beetles tend to be hidden away now, where we can't find them very easily. But beetles are amazing things that God's designed. I love looking at tiny things God's made. Last week we looked at great big things, the sun, the moon, the stars. But God put just as much thought, just as much care into making little tiny things. Here's one beetle that I think you've probably had in your garden and you've seen on your plants. That's right, it's a ladybird, isn't it? And they're very pretty. They're very beautiful to look at, and everybody loves a ladybird. And ladybirds are useful in the garden as well. They eat other little creatures that tend to harm our plants, so we like ladybirds in our garden. What about this beetle? Have you ever seen one of these in your garden? I have, and I've seen them flying around in the summer at night. These are stag beetles. It's called a stag beetle because he's got bits that stick out the front, look a little bit like antlers on a stag. And here's another kind of beetle. Now, you're not going to see one of these in your garden. He doesn't live around here. But he's called a rhinoceros beetle. And I've read that a rhinoceros beetle can carry something that's about 100 times as heavy as he is. Now, can you imagine what that would be like? For me, if I was a rhinoceros beetle, it would be like me being able to carry something with 100 other people the size of me on top. Do you think I could do that? Ouch. It wouldn't work, would it? But God has made those beetles so strong for their size, and that's useful for them to be able to do the things that they're going to do and live the way that they live. I don't need to do that, so God hasn't made me like that. There's another beetle that I think is very interesting. And this other beetle is the one that can shoot. And because he can shoot, people call him a bombardier beetle. A bombardier is a word for a man who is in charge of a big cannon, a big gun in a war. So he can shoot, but how does he shoot? Do you think he has a gun? Do you think he has a spray bottle? No, of course he doesn't. God has made him so that everything he needs is inside the beetle. Here's a picture of him. Can you see? He's got a head, and then he's got a little thin bit of his body, and then he's got a big fat bit of his body at the back. And inside there is where all the things he needs to shoot at his enemies are hidden away. Now, he doesn't go around shooting for the sake of it. He doesn't shoot to get his food. He shoots when something is creeping up behind him. Okay, because spiders, big spiders, like to eat beetles. Frogs and toads like to eat beetles. Here they come, hopping along, look. And there's the little tiny beetle. He's very small. And there's nothing much he can do, ordinarily, to get away from a frog or a toad with a great big long tongue that can come out fast, or a spider that can move very quickly. Except that this beetle has got a secret hidden away inside. He's got some chemicals inside him. And they're hidden away, and they just sit there inside him until he needs to get away from an enemy. And when he does, something inside him squirts them out into another little bit of his body where there is something that will make them explode. It will make them get very hot, very, very hot, and they can be shot out of the back of the beetle. So just imagine, okay, you're a big spider. Who wants to be a big spider? Big spider, okay? Creeping up behind the bombardier beetle, and you get near, and all of a sudden, ouch! He's got you. Perhaps he's got you in the face, on the eye, and that would be very bad for the spider, wouldn't it? But it would mean that he couldn't catch the beetle, and the beetle could hurry off and find somewhere to hide. Now, God has designed it. It's very carefully made, very, very carefully made. He has 2 different chemicals inside, and he has to mix them together Okay, so they have to be kept somewhere. And then, when he needs to shoot them out, they have to go down tubes into a place where they mix together. But that's no good on its own. If it just did that, it would just sit there with a pool of mixed up chemical inside. They need some other chemicals made in that little bit of the beetle to make it get hot and hotter until it's nearly as hot as the steam that comes out of your kettle when your kettle boils. Okay, it gets nearly that hot. You wouldn't want to be shot with that, would you? And it's also stingy. It's not even like just hot water. It's a stingy chemical. And when it shoots out, it doesn't shoot in. If it shot into the inside of the beetle, that would hurt the beetle. It would kill the beetle, wouldn't it? So it has a special door that closes off inside, okay? And it opens up at the back, and out it comes, just like we did with a spray bottle. Okay. So that's a bombardier beetle. God designed it. God designed the ladybirds, the stag beetles, the rhinoceros beetles with a great big strength. There are very many beetles. You can have a look. Perhaps you have a book at home, or perhaps someone will help you look on the internet at different kinds of beetles that God's made. It's wonderful to look at things that God's made and see something about God. So what do we see about God this week? Well, that he cares about even the tiny things he's made to make them in special ways. There are other beetles that do special things. There's a beetle that makes foamy stuff come out all over him, and when something comes along to eat him, they go, "Blech, yuck!" He's covered in horrible tasting foamy stuff. And so that keeps him safe as well. Now, just before we finish today and have games with Rob, I've got 2 chemicals here. Shall we mix them and see what happens? Okay. You ready? I've got some white powder in here. Can you see that? And I've got some brown stuff in here. You ready? Let's see what happens. Nothing's happening at the moment. No bubbles, no nothing. Okay, you ready? Put them in. Whoa, look at that! That sort of exploded, didn't it? It's only bicarbonate of soda and vinegar. It wouldn't hurt anybody. But you can see, these chemicals have mixed up and made a sort of explosion. They're going bubble, 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 and making lots of gas to come out the top. Brilliant, eh? Okay, over to Rob. We're going to play penguin game.
For the game today, we're going to be playing the penguin game, but I've decided to add another thing to it, because we normally stand here, right? And we go bridge, we go iceberg. I was thinking we could add in penguin, and the point is, it's when we're swimming along, there's a penguin swimming the other way. You have to go to the side, like that, okay? So we have bridge, iceberg, penguin. Alright? Iceberg, 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 bridge, bridge, penguin. I have to remember to start slowly this time because before I started too fast and I just got too tired. Okay, bridge, iceberg, bridge, penguin, bridge, iceberg, bridge, iceberg, penguin, penguin, bridge, bridge, iceberg, iceberg, bridge, iceberg, bridge, bridge, penguin, bridge, penguin, iceberg, penguin, iceberg, bridge, iceberg, iceberg, penguin, 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 bridge, bridge, penguin, iceberg, bridge, iceberg, bridge, penguin, iceberg, bridge, iceberg, bridge, penguin. Okay, have a bit of a breather now. Whew. I think having the extra thing of going to the side makes it more tiring, but that could be a good thing. But you have a bit of a breather, and okay. Bridge, 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 iceberg, penguin, penguin, bridge, bridge, iceberg, iceberg, bridge, iceberg, bridge, iceberg, penguin, bridge, penguin, bridge, iceberg, bridge, iceberg, bridge, iceberg, bridge, penguin, penguin, penguin. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm getting quite tired, and as always, carry on at home if you want to, you know. And last time, I have to apologise for not putting the photos at the end of the video, like I said I would, but there should be photos at the end of this video of the craft you did in the last few weeks. And if you want your photos to come up at the end of the next week's video, send it to this email address.